When I began, when I was 23, I came back to UK in 1991 during a recession. I didn't know what a recession was. I was only 23, as I say, and I needed a job. I'd been offered this opportunity by a company in Hong Kong to sell sewing kits and shower caps. Now, I know that's pretty impressive and very exciting. And the only reason I'd left the Middle East is because they were bombing Bahrain with Scud missiles, so I needed a new job. And these guys in a China factory said to me, you know, we make sewing kits and shower caps. I was pretty arrogant, 23-year-old, and went to London and thought, I'm not bloody selling sewing kits and shower caps. Found getting a job in London wasn't too easy in 1991, so I called the guys with sewing kits and shower caps and said I thought it was a fantastic idea. And I genuinely can tell you that I took a Yellow Pages and I looked up hotels. Radical. And there I had a list of customers. Well, potential customers. So I started as a one-man band at 23 in 1991. I used the Yellow Pages directory, Yell directory, to phone my customers. And I set targets where I would phone 100 customers as soon as I got to work, and then I would be able to have a drink. That is true. That drive is so absolutely got to be ingrained in what you do in your running your business. I would challenge anybody today, and there's lots of small things that I could ask you to do, is work out how many hours of your sales week you are selling. And if you are doing anything in a small business that is not selling Monday to Friday, then stop it. Because you'll grow faster if you use the sales hours of the day. I didn't have a strategy when I started Pacific, but one of the things I would say to you that's very absolutely critical to your success is study the competition. What I learned is that if I could really trace what the competition do and then be faster to market or have better ideas and get there quicker, you know, I would sell more. I didn't know anything about freight and logistics. We ended up selling to 110 countries. Because I asked everywhere I went, and I had the humility, and I think that's one of the most powerful skills that you can have, to keep asking. I used to use this phrase. And by the way, it might be funny, because in Reading, if one of you phones the other and goes, excuse me, I'm a bit of an idiot, you'll know where this came from. So you phone up somebody and you say, look, I'm a bit of an idiot, and I don't know anything about X. Let's call it logistics. Can you tell me what you know? And invariably, you're speaking to a logistics expert or a computer expert. Now, what you do is you listen really hard, you work out what you believe, and then you phone another logistics expert. And you phone 3 of them. It's a tendering process. I'm deadly serious, right? It's like when I get a quote for anything, and I know I don't do it as much as today, but everything we did in Pacific when we bought is we got 3 prices. We didn't always take the bottom price because there are other factors that matter. But by working hard to see what the market rate was, we certainly bought very well. Keep asking. Ask experts, suck it up, learn, continue to learn, never stop learning. I think there's a misconception that, you know, people who've made it, they don't generally make it overnight. Do you know how many Facebooks and Yahoos and Googles there are? Not that many. So everybody's in too much of a hurry to sell their equity to speed their growth so they can make some other person wealthy. I don't get it. I don't. So I would grow organically because I want to retain the shareholding. I went 100 grand, 360, 880, 1.2 million in my first 4 years. I got to 1999 after 9 years, didn't really still have much of a plan other than to keep selling. That was going quite well. And actually, that's a real secret. If you can continue the sales pipeline and at least you've got income, you can make as many mistakes as I made and still be in business. I never got the balance right in family, business, and personal. One always suffered. That is a fact of running a business, I think. And if you're deluded enough to think that you can get that all right, you're wrong, I think. So you'll make sacrifices along the way, and worst of all sacrifices, and I still do it today, is I turn right on aeroplanes because my children have not earned the right to travel in business class. And I never paid for business class. And the reason I didn't do that is if I traveled in business, why shouldn't my team? And leadership is by example. In summary, treat your people with massive respect. Keep asking all the way along. It's a relentless learning process. You need to get the finance right, but it's better to sell your grandmother than give equity away. I hope you enjoyed my talk.